Hey Gemini, I hope that you're all doing well. Welcome to your February 2025 horoscope. So today we'll just be looking into what sort of general energies, themes and experiences you can expect to happen next month. So I'll give you guys a general overview and then I'll go further into the details later on in the reading. So, right, the overview for you guys. So generally speaking, next month you will be focusing a lot on career development and career progression. Okay, so you'll be very busy, working hard towards developing your career and building your reputation and overall status in the world. You'll be really focusing to progress and gain status and influence and power in your career. And you'll also experience some monetary gains from the hard work you've put in of late, so that could be quite nice, and that could give you guys a real incentive to keep going and to keep working hard. And generally speaking, in February you guys will be focusing on being the absolute best version of yourself, so you can show up for others and be the best at what you do, like in terms of your work, in terms of your career. Okay, you'll be really building and developing your skills and your image and the way that you present yourself, and you'll be building your confidence and your overall knowledge base so you can show up for the world. And you'll also have a general feeling of mental clarity and experience an increase in mental acuity as well. You'll feel a lot sharper mentally. You'll feel like you can process things a lot better in general. Okay, you guys are good processors anyway, but yeah, you'll just have that boost in that ability. And you might break free of limiting beliefs, okay, as well next month, and you'll be really pushing the boundaries. Okay, so there is this sense that you are coming to this realization that there is more out there in the world for you to experience and see. Okay, you might be almost have this feeling of naivety. It's like you're realizing there's a world beyond your hometown. Maybe you're from a small town, and you're realizing there's a big world out there. I don't mean this in a patronizing way, but it's like you're coming to that sort of realization there's more out there for you to explore. Okay, and also you might be realizing that there's more to the world than what you learned in school. So you might realize that what you've learned in school wasn't necessarily accurate or correct, and it's like you'll be exposing yourselves to higher forms of knowledge, and it's like this will reveal some sort of truth to you. It's like you'll have this breakthrough, this realization that maybe what you learned in your earlier years wasn't correct. Okay, and this will allow you to become a lot wiser with the knowledge that you'll obtain. And generally speaking, it's like you'll really want to just explore the world. Okay, you want to delve deep into studying like new realms of knowledge. Okay, it's like your mind is really expanding next month. Okay, and your awareness of the world is expanding. That's not to say you don't have knowledge, you don't have an awareness of the world. It's just that you'll be learning more about the world and learning more in general, and just gaining more wisdom and insight and experience. So Venus conjunct Neptune on the 1st, right, for you guys, you might feel like a real strong artistic inspiration around this time. Okay, and you may really wish to produce a piece of art or writing or some other sort of creative work. Okay, it's like you'll be inspired to really inspired to create beauty in the world and in the work that you do. Okay, and you may be inclined to go down a career path that is more creative, that is more artistic as well, if that's not a path you're currently on. And if you are, it's like you will, around this time, you'll be really producing this beautiful piece of work, this beautiful creative artistic piece of work, right, whether that's writing or whether that's a painting. So Venus is going into Aries on the 4th of February. So this month, you will really start to enjoy the fruits of your hard work and the fruits of your labors. Okay, so you have been working very, very hard lately, especially since Saturn has been in your 10th since 2023. and you will feel like a sense of, you know, relief and reprieve, you know, from this hard work you've been putting in, because there'll be an opportunity for you to, you know, enjoy the fruits of your labor, right? And you'll feel like your hard work has been worth it, and this will give you motivation and incentive to keep going and to keep working hard. Jupiter is going direct on the 4th of February. So while Jupiter has been in your sign since May 2024, you have been giving your beautiful energy to the world and bringing lots of positivity and joy wherever you go, okay? And while it's been retrograde since the 9th of October 2024, you may have turned this energy inward, and you may have been more focused on developing, you know, a more positive and optimistic mindset so you can better yourself and better your life, and so that you can better cope with, you know, challenges or obstacles that you may face, okay? And when Jupiter goes direct on the 4th, you may, you know, give your energy out there into the world again. And this, you know, wonderful, positive, optimistic mindset you've developed is going to be really helpful for yourself and other people. It's going to help you better navigate the world and better overcome challenges, and also you'll be better able to help and support and be generous to others. You'll basically feel like you're able to give more time and energy to other people. So with Sun conjunct Mercury on the 9th of February, you'll be in this process of, you know, really broadening your mind and intensely researching a particular topic, or maybe even a number of topics, okay? So you may be really intent on, you know, broadening your horizons, okay, and seeking what is out there in the world. It's like you're going to be truth seekers around this time, okay? You're really pushing the boundaries, you're really exploring new forms of knowledge, you're really trying to, you know, test yourself and, you know, challenge what it is that you previously learned earlier in your life and what it is that you know, and really breaking the boundaries of your knowledge. You may even be more interested in like esoteric matters around this time, and you may be more interested in, you know, delving deep and researching deeply into things, okay, in ways that you haven't done before, okay? And it's like you're coming to this realization, like around this time you'll come to this huge like breakthrough, this realization that there is just more to the world than where you currently are. It's like you might be observing what is around you, like where you're currently living in. You might be thinking, oh, there's more out there, there's more to the world, there's more for me to explore, and you might feel that real urge to explore. So you may be really planning like a trip around this time. You may be planning going traveling around this time. You may be planning a vacation to a far off land around this time. It could be the date where you know, book that trip, or really, you know, plan for, you know, traveling in the future. And, you know, your understanding of the world is really transforming, and will be transforming with Pluto in Aquarius over the next 20 years. This is going to be a theme in your life, Gemini. And it's like you're coming to this understanding that there is just way more to the world than you have currently experienced, and there's just so much more for you to experience, and there's more to meet than meets the eye, okay? And it's quite possible that you could be exposed to places or information that shocks you. So you may be feeling called to go to a far off destination that's completely unfamiliar. You might be wanting to go into sort of unknown territory, and seeing the way, you know, another part of the world lives could be, you know, shocking to you. And it could feel uncomfortable, it could feel unsafe even at times, but it's like you'll have this really eye-opening experience how other people live, and it will really enhance your, you know, wisdom and your overall worldly understanding. It's like you'll be becoming like way more worldly over the next 20 years, okay? And it's like you'll do this with knowledge as well, okay? It's like perhaps, you know, you're becoming to realize that maybe what you learned in school just wasn't exactly the truth, or it was just or maybe like it was just truth was glossed over, and you weren't given the opportunity to look deeply into things. But it's like you're delving into like deeper realms of knowledge, and, you know, you're researching things and coming across books that you've never heard of before, and this is just really enhancing your understanding of the world, how things truly work, and you'll just be revealed to all these truths. And these truths could be quite shocking, okay? But at the same time, you'll be becoming more wise from learning these deep, profound truths, okay, through all this studying and research you feel called to do. With the full moon in Leo on the 12th, okay, of February, there'll be this like sort of realization related to this, okay? Like I was saying, it's like you're on this journey of, you know, discovery. It's like you're discovering more about the world. You're becoming more wise. You're becoming more worldly, okay? And it's like there'll be this really strong realization that there's more out there, and you'll feel this urge to sort of break free of your current surroundings and explore what's out there. So you may be making plans to move away, you may be making plans to travel and experience what is out there around this time. And also at this time, you'll be feeling very, you know, mentally clear and mentally acute as well. It's like your ability to, you know, absorb knowledge around this time is really heightened, okay? So you'll be really delving deeply, you know, researching all sorts of topics, all sorts of subjects, and you'll be feeling like really like an intellectual basically. And you know, you will be you'll be becoming like an intellectual in a sense. And yeah, it's like whatever you learn about as well around this time, you'll just absorb the information like a sponge, okay? And it'll make you feel quite good about yourself because you'll think, oh yeah, I get this, you know, I'm quite clever. And yeah, so yeah, that'll be a really good feeling for you guys. And you might feel quite inspired to write as well. You might feel quite inspired to write about what you're reading about, okay, and share that knowledge you learn in some way to the world. You may blog about what you're researching or writing about, okay? You might write a piece of writing about it. I sense it'll be like a, you know, a factual piece of writing. So you'll be like reporting on things, you'll be documenting things and giving your personal observations and takes on whatever it is you've learned about. Next month, we also have the Mercury and the Sun entering Pisces. So on the 14th, Mercury will enter Pisces, and then the Sun will follow into Pisces on the 18th, shortly after. So Neptune and Saturn have been in Pisces since 2011 and 2023 respectively. So over the past few years, perhaps you've been, you know, feeling a little bit lost or stuck in your career. Perhaps you've not really been sure what direction to go in. You've been wanting to achieve great things, but when you work towards things, perhaps you feel like, oh, do I want this? Do I actually want this? You know, even if you've like achieved great things, right? You might be just questioning your overall direction, okay, over the past few years, okay? And it's like you have this sort of ideal career in mind, right? You have an idealized vision of what it is you want to achieve, what it is you aspire to be, and you've been working really hard to make that happen, okay, and bring that vision into reality, okay? But perhaps at times you felt like you weren't living up to this vision. This perhaps it's been a challenge that's been affecting you for quite a few years now. And perhaps your goals and your aims for your career have been somewhat unrealistic at times. Perhaps you've, you know, set really high targets for yourself that just aren't realistic to achieve. And perhaps you felt like really disappointed in yourself and felt like a failure when you didn't achieve your targets. But in reality, maybe your targets weren't exactly realistic, so don't be hard on yourself. But it's like you felt like a little bit lost, you felt like a little bit disappointed in yourself, and sometimes you've been on a path and you've been thinking, oh, is this the right path for me? So maybe you've gone down a different path and worked towards a different path, and you might have just felt just generally lost at times, right? Okay, but next month there'll be more clarity as to where you want to go. You'll have more of a clear idea where you want to go, okay? Perhaps at times it's felt like you've been, you know, searching through a dark forest, trying to find your way in the world, okay? It's like you'll be given that lamp, right? You'll be given that torch to better guide you, you know, through the forest, and so that you have a better idea where you want to go. And it does seem that you'll feel a lot clearer headed as to where you want to go. Your goals and your aims will be more realistic. Your goals and your aims will be a lot clearer. And you'll just feel a better sense of direction, like you're better able to do things. You'll have more energy to complete the things you set out to do. So you will be achieving a lot in your career. You'll be making great strides in your career, and you'll feel like you're going in the right direction. You'll feel like you're on the right path. You'll feel like you're living up to your purpose. As mentioned earlier as well, you will be seeing, you know, more rewards from the hard work you've been putting in, and this will give you a sense of, you know, clarity. This will give you a sense of assurance that you are on the right path and you're going in the right direction, and it will give you the motivation to keep going. So we also have the new moon in Pisces on the 28th. So you will, around this time, you'll feel refreshed and more confident in your skills and your abilities, and you'll feel really inspired to start up new work projects as well. And just generally, you'll just feel a lot, very energetic around this time, and very inspired. You'll be full of ideas, you'll be full of inspiration, okay? And you'll feel like you can better ground your plans into reality and actually make your career goals and your career dreams happen. And it is possible that you'll have, you know, new monetary goals in your mind as well. It's like you'll be thinking what it is that you want to earn for the work you're doing, okay? And you'll be wanting to achieve a certain amount, you know, per day, per month, per week. And having this, you know, target will just give you a really strong motivation to get things done, to keep going. And this will help you really progress and make strides in your career. Mars will be going direct on the 24th of February. So while Mars has been retrograde, while Mars is retrograde right now, you might be feeling especially financially cautious. You might be really hesitant to take any sort of risk to improve your finances. You may be more focused on, you know, saving rather than spending, and you might be putting a lot into your savings right now, okay? You might be feeling really concerned with your financial security. You'll be really wanting to build a nest egg and build up that financial backup for yourself rather than, you know, part ways with your money. And you might be feeling quite resistant to spend your money as well, and this is a good thing in many ways, okay? But sometimes we need to spend money to make more money, and you may have been more like hesitant to do that, okay? And when Mars goes direct, you might be starting to take more calculated risks towards, you know, growing your finances and building your finances so that you can make more money, right? You'll be wanting to spend more money so you can make more money. And while this is good, while this does have the potential to, you know, grow and build your finances, okay, keep in mind the post-retrograde shadow period. So there may be times where you take a miscalculated risk, or you may do something a little bit too risky, and, you know, this could set you back a little bit. This could make you, you know, regret, you know, taking that risk, okay? But you can learn from it, you can overcome it, okay? Just, you know, think before you act and be cautious with your spending still. It's possible that you might, you know, spend something and then end up spending more because you miscalculated something or you misread something in the fine print. And it's quite possible that, you know, a calculated financial risk just doesn't go exactly to plan. But yeah, like I was saying, you can learn from it, you can grow from it, and you'll just need to correct this and rethink where it is best to, you know, place your money and invest your money so you can make more money. I hope that you liked this reading and found it helpful and insightful. Feel free to like this video and subscribe, and I hope that you have a lovely rest of your day, and I hope to see you next time. Bye!